That took a while, but we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sidscussions. We're back after a lengthy hiatus. I know I said season 2 was going to come out a while ago, and I think I released 1 or 2 episodes and then just went on another break. I went over to the States and all that stuff. A lot's been happening, but we're back. I've found more motivation for the podcast and more of a reason to do it. And who better to break the hiatus and break the fast than these two gentlemen that are sitting with me today. Please introduce yourself, guys.
Welcome. Hello, boys and girls and people of the alphabet. I'm Connor, and yeah, that's about it. I'm Connor.
And I'm Hakam. Yeah, not much about me. So.
Great team.
Yeah, great.
Well, chill whip. What do you guys want to talk about? A lot's been going on.
Well, what was we saying about cars earlier?
I was saying
There's something
how my car's better than yours.
Yeah.
Besides the problems in mine.
You just need to spin it, yeah, because it smokes when you turn it on.
Just grab the mic and make sure the circle bit is right on your mouth, bro.
Like this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it's directly at the circle.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Anyways,
it's pointed straight at it.
But
yeah, do you like spending more on gas than me?
I mean, but
Because
we both have 60 litres tanks. It's just my car's got...
It'll go through it faster, though.
Not,
Especially if you drive it in sports mode the way you do. Yeah.
For the people like myself who just don't know shit all about cars,
yeah.
Can we talk about maybe why you like them so much?
Oh, just mostly I started... My dad introduced me a lot of car movies and shows when I was younger. So then I started getting into movies like Fast and Furious, started playing games like Need for Speed, all those stuff. So I got it from obviously just playing games and watching movies. But then that's why I love cars so much. But I mean, just not just that though. I just love how they function, I guess.
Just getting the understanding of how cars work, and is that kind of what leads you more into them, is understanding them, the mechanical side of it, and it piques your interest.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
The curiosity comes through with them. You want to learn more about them and what you can do to make things
I think I should let the audience
better.
know this is my first podcast, so I'm not going to be the best at this. I know you guys have done experience in the past before.
Well,
so.
He's only been here one time, and at the end of the day, it's we're just talking shit like normal.
We're just having a yarns, by the way.
Just ignore the cameras.
Well, after the first 10 minutes, honestly, it gets easier.
You always ask about your the people who come to the show, but what about you? What have you been up to lately besides doing and shit?
So if you just come back, you've just graduated a couple days ago. How was that? How was graduation?
To be honest, the craziest thing about graduation
Brother's got his masters now.
Oh my god!
In music theory.
That's crazy, right?
Just music, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a lot. That's what 6 years.
So the thing is that for me, it's not a lot. And everyone's been saying congratulations and all this stuff, and a lot of the people that I graduated with the same degree, totally great.
Yeah.
Happy for them and happy for myself too, but I don't know, man. The whole congratulations, wow, such a big deal.
I'm just happy that you got your thesis in and everything.
That's what I mean, bro. After that, all that happened,
how long
that's the only thing that you really had.
How long were you studying for?
My
would have been about 6 years, right? Your main degree would have been about 4, and then masters is an extra 2.
No. So main degree was 3, masters, and it was an extra 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so 5 years.
5 years, but
still a decent amount of education time.
Bro, by the time I finished, I was like,
"Thank God!"
So done.
Yeah.
I was so done with it, and
it was the congratulations.
The masters, that was an expectation. And
for you or for family?
For myself,
you wanted to hit that.
I started doing the master's program,
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to do it. My expectation
you weren't
was
going to do it and stop
finish.
It. Yeah.
If I got anything less than first class honors, I'd be like, this is not
worth it.
This is not good.
Were you working at JB part time at the time as well?
Yeah.
Or you were...
This is the first year, yeah. And then my second year, I started, and then I was still working at JB
But there was a lot of events were coming up that
and I started taking more time off and stuff. And then by the time I was almost finished to close to being finished at JB, bro, I was done.
Just checked out.
I was checked out of uni. I was checked out of JB. I was like exhausted. I was running on fumes, bro. Because bear in mind as well, like while I was still working at JB, people don't know this, but I was editing the episodes like on my breaks.
Oh, so you were also doing podcasts?
I was podcasting like while I was.
He put his laptop to work and everything.
And this is when I had my shit computer as well. So it would take me like, oh my god. And this is when I only had the one camera set up. So the rendering of just that just shit GoPro camera.
Yeah.
It's not shit. It's like HD and everything, but it's not as nice as these two
actual
other cameras.
Yeah. These are proper actual like Canon. Is it Sony or Canon? Sony. Yeah.
But bro, like, just like Jack, can I go on a break? Cool. I'll use my 10-minute break and take 20 minutes to edit the episode. Come back out, like hide and high five.
You know, Jack already put his 2 weeks in.
Really?
Yeah. His last day is this Saturday, bro. But
this Saturday.
That's epic.
This Saturday, apparently. Okay.
Man, shout out Jack.
We're in the.
Just because it's Sunday, we're now.
Sorry, next Saturday. Yeah. So.
Wait, so the coming Saturday.
The coming Saturday, yeah.
So only 1 week left to JB for him.
Yep.
Damn, and I'm not going to be there at all.
I mean, you should still come in.
Oh, of course, I'll come in and say hi. But I'm still off until that Sunday.
We all need to actually get together, and because we always say that we will do it, but because Jack's leaving around the same time that I leave.
Yeah. You bugger off to America.
If you're wondering who Jack is an amazing manager we had for like.
He was a man. He wasn't a manager when I started working. This was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
No, he would have been a manager 5 years ago.
No. He was sales.
Oh,
but he was like in charge of us.
He told me that he took the sales manager role like during COVID because that's what Harry needed. Yeah.
But he was sales for ages, and then he became like a coordinator, like Dan's job.
But I'm talking like I've been there longer than you fuckers. So
he's been telco coordinator for a minute as well, though.
Yeah,
like throughout the years. But and then he was 2IC as well. At a
JB was like the weirdest culture.
In what way? Yeah. Like just the people there, or like?
Yeah, man. Like I just met we met so many eclectic people.
Yeah.
Oh, the personalities are endless.
It was wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like just so many. I would say though, like because I went to private school, right? Mm-hmm. When I started working at JB Hi-Fi,
try one of your samosas.
I was like, yeah, go hard.
Go hard.
If the people that aren't watching on YouTube and you hear like. It's because there are samosas.
We got chicken and vegetarian.
Chicken and vegetarian samosas.
Yeah. Did Hamadri make these?
Sorry?
Did Hamadri make these?
Yeah, actually, I think so.
Really?
So my little sister made them. Are they good?
Mm-hmm. That sounds pretty good. Let's give these a gaze.
Oh, I got the chicken one loose, but
I reckon you came to JB at like
the worst time.
Not the worst.
No,
but we had like
not peak.
Nah,
not peak,
bro.
Definitely not peak. Especially now we have one of the OGs leaving as well, like proper leaving. Not even like around, but he's gone, out of the country, gone.
Mm. Well, so many people that.
If he was here during the double black era.
To be honest, there's one thing about the store that I didn't give it credit for, is that it does have like a really, at least when we were working there for the majority of the time, it really felt like a family. That's why so many people, that's why I come back so often to say hi to everyone.
Yeah.
We still keep in touch with a lot of people that have left as
well.
I
would say, like when I brought up the private school thing before, I would say for them, a lot of my like really close friends now that I can actually like fully rely on, they're all from JB Hi-Fi, and I would have never met those people, like if I
didn't want to get money.
Yeah, or that, and also just like if I just hanging around like the private school people, because the culture is so different, bro. Oh wow!
But there was that one manager. Oh, she was a merch manager that you told me about.
Steph.
Saying the name. Okay, we're name dropping her. Okay. But how did I join? Like just before she left, or how long did she leave before I joined?
No, she left after COVID, right? No, because I was away for a bit, and then I came back, and then she was gone.
How bad was she? Because you guys
honestly, she wasn't even that bad.
Like
she set the ground rules and of if you have an issue.
I mean, it made Eileen leave. So
yeah, but that was because they worked directly.
She wasn't great at her job, but she was a stickler for the rules, and like in a really annoying way.
Definitely by the book.
She would go over. She was the type of person that would not prioritize workplace morale over the rules, even if like the workplace morale was at a certain point more important.
Yeah. But besides talking about them, like me working at JB is probably like one of the. It's such a good job, bro.
Bro.
Is there a fly?
Especially for being a younger person as well. Bro. And you're like
you're a baby, bro.
mid late teens, early 20s. It's
what did you say? I don't know shit.
You know shit.
Just in general. But like for your age, it's like definitely one of the best jobs.
It is. Oh, yeah,
that's obviously not a full-time
sales at JB.
job.
We're making so much money, bro. Oh my god.
Bro, yeah, no.
In comparison to counterparts of our age, like it just doesn't
apparently
compare.
The commission before COVID was better than now. Than how you make
bro,
it.
Not even before, like, the commission just started getting not good before COVID.
Yeah.
But when I first, oh my god, bro, it was wild.
Apparently Grant was going crazy with it too when he was selling shit.
But Grant's actually like, so when Grant started, this is when I would say like I started losing motivation to sell stuff. So he's like really good and he's like really motivated.
He was there because he wanted to make money, whereas for me, when he started, it was already, I was starting to check out.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like going down of like, I'm not really that fussed.
Grant's a character.
I'll take a couple sales, but I'm not hungry for it. I'm not.
To be honest, that always really surprised me. Like, not to say anything bad on Grant because he's got his own style, but it always surprised me how he does.
Because you don't feel like it when you're watching him. Yeah, and like throughout the day, you're like, you never see it.
This guy's like leaning on the thing like this, bro.
Or he does some weird shit with his shoulders as well.
Yeah, he's just like looking over like that. I'm
on
like,
his
what
phone
are you doing?
Sometimes as well, just on the floor.
Like I'm out here like learning sales techniques, like what to say to the customer, and even they're not like doing anything, you know. But it's the same with
yeah, they're real chewy. These things, yeah.
It's the same with Michael. We just won't say last names. How about that?
Okay.
Like, bro, like Michael is such a he's a really charming guy, actually.
MB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a real charming dude. But
bro, the amount of ladies that go up to him and talk to him,
bro,
it's so surprising.
His riz is crazy.
No, you're good. The riz is insane, bro.
It's wild, especially with the older woman as well.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
It's actually crazy,
amazing.
I was like, "What are you like?" It's
fucking MILF madness in his area, bro. Like, holy shit,
crazy shit.
So he's like chilling at his desk, bro. I saw him one time. He was talking to the lady. His leg was like up on the thing like that. I was like, "What is happening?" This breaks all, bro. Just like he sells, man. He sells, and he's been there since the start, I think.
No, not a start.
No, he's one of the OGs who were there before I was there.
Oh, he said
he was there before you were there, but
I think he said 7 years.
He started the year after me. Is when he started.
Oh,
aroundabouts, yeah.
Now, someone that's real chill though is Vincent, bro. He is so chill and like he's just so humble as well because like he doesn't like actually. How do you say it? Like he doesn't show off his money. Like he doesn't actually spend his money on like.
No, he's just chilling.
He is so chill. Yeah.
He's just chilling.
Yeah. What else? What's up, Sid? What else you want to talk about, bro?
Give me a sec. Oh, Sidscussions are so good.
I've been arguing with Sid about doing this podcast for so long too, and now he's finally doing it.
He's been fiending for it.
But I don't know what to say.
And now he's
I'm in the moment right now, and I just don't know.
He's got writer's block now.
I knew it was going to happen. Yeah. I was like, you have all this.
Because I'm in the moment. I don't know what to talk about besides like.
Yeah, bro.
It's stage fright. That's what it is.
It's mostly. I mean, I did want to talk about as well. Like,
actually, yeah, you had something you wanted to talk about.
What's this?
You mentioned me wanting to have a yarn and like, like you want to go what that's all about. Like you haven't told me anything about it, so I want to.
For all the music people.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, before we start this, because I know what we're going to talk about now. For all the music people and the real OGs that know about why I started this podcast, okay? I started this podcast really to have in-depth discussions about aspects of our lives that influence the art that we create. Because I felt like that was not something that was happening enough in the world.
And in this
and especially
space.
In New Zealand.
Yeah.
Especially New Zealand.
So the next topic we're going to talk about, as we know, is crucial to specifically the opera art form, but also absolutely everything that we do. I truly believe that there are two things that motivate us and demotivate us the most in life. That is love, lost as one compartment, and two is death. And I guess we're going to be talking about the first one here. Take it away.
I'm not going to give her attention to say her name, but we'll talk about it.
That's fine.
Okay, we can talk about it.
That was a great intro, though, right?
So yeah, I like the intro. That's a nice way to start it off, honestly. But basically, I got like, I don't want to say. Okay, so
dumped. Brother got put in a trash can and thrown into the recycling bin.
No. Okay, no. I don't want to like make her look like because she's not a bad person, bro. It's just we basically grew apart, and it should have happened sooner than how it ended. Because yeah, sure, how she did it was shitty.
What did I tell you?
What do you mean? What did you tell me? What did you tell me?
I told you so.
What do you mean you told me so?
It was we've what's that called? We our future foresight was this was going to happen.
You called it.
So our predictions that we were
for the people that will actually, you know what? Before we explain the situation surrounding why we've just said what we said, explain the story, and then we'll go from there.
And what story is that? Just like what happened?
Whatever you want to say.
So basically, just it was mostly the reason why. Well, she said that we grew apart is because like I kept like treating her like, I'll be honest, I treated her like pretty utter dog shit, you know? And also like, it's just, I kept breaking up with her for like almost like the most small stuff. Yeah. And I just took that like for granted. And that just made her feel like more empty every single time I did it. It was like 3 times, honestly. Well,
so you're a shit person?
Basically.
Jesus.
I don't, no, I'm not a shit person.
No.
Explain, and then we'll talk about the nuance between why you do what you do and when you're young and why it's different. Because we know, and we've talked about it, like I've been through similar situations, and I see a lot of myself in you. But carry on, and we'll talk about it.
Basically, like she also realized maybe like, I don't want to talk bad about myself, but she probably also just sparked me as a person who she just doesn't see in her future, because like the lifestyle I want to live and the lifestyle she wants to live,
the pathways are two different extremes.
Because she wants to get into bioimaging, but I don't know if this is what it is, but it's the ones with ultrasounds for like pregnant ladies. Sorry. So she's got a really good future ahead of her. Like I do really. Well, envy a good word. Oh shit! What was that? I really envy what she's doing, you know. But I do know where she's coming from and why she did it as well, because
that's really interesting.
How much I like treated her like shit. I just want to find out what fell down real quick. Oh, my vape.
It's real interesting. The thing that you said about wanting to live different lives, and you just got to figure out for yourself. You say that, but what is the life that you want to live? Because you have to very like
realistically, I honestly don't know.
Exactly.
Like I think that's what she was mostly worried about. Like, this guy doesn't.
But you're like 19. You're not meant to know. I probably
I think she also grew faster than I did because she's way more mature.
But that's also women do that.
Women mature faster than men.
Yeah. I think that's also like kind of hurts me about, because I'm still like obviously cut over it and also how it ended. But at the same time as well, like even after we broke up, I was so angry about it, and I did something that I shouldn't have done. I like posted a screenshot of my mate saying something bad about her well, not even bad. Like he just said like, you can basically do better. And then one of her mates saw that, and she fucking like had a fat go at me, bro.
Oh yeah,
it was so bad.
They always do, mate.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But yeah, no, that was.
That's all right. Look, you live and you learn, and quite frankly, I would say life as a young man is actually incredibly difficult, especially in this scene. And what I've learned is that when it comes to the girls, and I don't know how often they take this for granted or how often they don't, but when you get broken up with, or when you break up with your significant other, actually the support, like women are very good at support.
Oh no, that's why she was really, because I was at the time as well. When we started dating back in 2019, there's a time also my dad left, like back to Egypt.
Yeah.
So she was really there to support me. Like she was actually amazing, bro. She's an amazing girl, but she was there to support me too, and I was there to support her as well, but not as well as how she did it to me.
I think like you're in this stage now. Maybe you should start looking towards giving yourself a little bit more credit about what you could have done in the what you did do in the relationship well. Because it's so easy to be like, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have done this. It's like, well, you can't fucking change it now, right?
Yeah. That's all. It's a hindsight. In hindsight, those.
And literally last night, bro, I was and we'll talk about this in a bit because I think it's bound to happen. But I was just like going through my relationship with my ex. I was like, fuck, bro, I like did this wrong, I did this wrong, I did this wrong, I did this wrong, like all of this stuff, and I like seriously regret it because I don't want to be the guy that I don't want to upset anyone.
Yeah.
You know, that's like an innate part. Like if I've ever upset you, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, you know, like when you're in the moment, you don't know that you're going to have this foresight, and it's really easy to look back at shit and be like, fuck, man, I shouldn't have done that. But you can't change it now.
What's done is done.
What's done is done. So instead of that, you're like, great, okay, this. But even then, man, no, let me see. You look back.
Like, this scenario is how it played out this way. Now I know that things are. If that scenario was to occur again in different context, I know what I can
also
and
just
can't
like
do.
the scenario is different based off of the person that you're with, right?
That's why I say context-wise, right? Like you've got to have context
I
behind
know
the situation.
Yeah.
Like for me, like I know that's why I'm saying, like because you're so young, like when you're not in a condescending way, when you're a little bit older and you start to understand like some like you start to develop more and like realize who you are as a person a little bit. And I've only just done this like in the last few months. Like it just kind of comes about randomly, to be honest. But like my ex and I broke up. I broke up with my ex because I felt like in a lot of ways.
Do you know if she watches this, your ex?
What's she gonna do? In the most respectful way. But like, you know, I'm sure she has not amazing things to say about me. As I was explaining to a friend today, if you ask her on the right day, she'll say I was like one of the best boyfriends ever. But if you ask her on the wrong day, she'll say I'm a dick.
I think that's the same with her too.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's very different. So on like, and I try and look for in some aspects, my ex was like genuinely an amazing girlfriend, and we loved each other very, very much. At least I can say for myself that I loved her very, very much. But at a certain point, you have to look towards the future. And if you are an ambitious person, New Zealand as a country doesn't even respect ambition, I feel. We have this whole tall poppy syndrome, all this stuff. And if you want to work and work and work and you want to see yourself at the top of the mountain, you got to have people in your life that are going to push you to get there, man. And not saying that
she's like with my ex, that's exactly what she was doing. Like she was trying to push me as well, but I think she just finally you know, I don't want to say gave up because I don't think she did. But
do you think that she felt like she didn't see any improvement through her efforts?
No, it wasn't through. Well, see, I'm just shitting on myself at the moment, but
we'll talk about why that's important as well.
It was more or less both. I think that's how she would also want to see it. Like she wants to think maybe it was both of us, but I've convinced myself. Well, I feel like I know that I was mostly in the wrong as well. Yeah. And
you've pretty much come to terms with that and accepted that to a point.
I have. I actually have.
You've just fully accepted it.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good, bro. I'm going to break one of the rules of the podcast here, but it's very, very easy to be like, man, this bitch, man, fuck this, this bitch.
Especially like with other people in the
It's so easy to do that, bro. But for you to look back at it and be like, actually,
she wasn't. Yeah.
Nah. But also, people come into your life to do this for you. Like, as in, like, you maybe.
The thing is, like, we're obviously in the moment, like, that's how I always saw it. Like, she was no one else in my life, you know, it was gonna be her.
Yeah.
I was gonna marry her. I was gonna do all this shit. Like, she was also saying all this stuff to me, like, how she can't see me without her in her life and all this stuff. So, it was all her saying all that, and then all of a sudden this happening. It was like a big shocker. Because even the first, like, the few weeks before we broke up, I thought everything was going swell, going fine. Like we bought each other like Easter stuff and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, just gone. Yeah. As someone you see almost every day. I mean, we were barely seeing each other every day as well. Like we'd see each other like once every 2 weeks because of like she works like 2 jobs. I'm working full time. Also want to see my boys and.
You've each got your own things going on in life that you need to.
Yeah. So I mean.
Also accommodate.
But I feel like as well, like I look at it as well, like this could have been resolved. I just didn't fight hard enough to resolve it.
But I reckon. Sorry, no, you go.
No, I'm just. What's that there?
No, we were talking about this before.
What's that? I just noticed that there. Right, there's a little box over there.
We'll talk about it. All right. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
True. Yeah, sorry.
But I wonder if you should start thinking a little bit more metaphysically about the situation.
What does metaphysically
and what
mean?
I mean by that
what does metaphysically mean? I'm not the smartest, bro.
Not in like a religious context, but I just mean like I think maybe you should start looking at it in the sense that like if I was in your situation, I'd be like, okay, maybe not if I was in your situation, but looking at your situation, I'll be like, okay, the universe maybe has given me this person to realize these things about myself. Maybe I'm actually not meant to be with this person.
That's what I'm looking at, like probably because with my religion, we believe like this is how God tests you. Like
they've been given to you as a mirror, so you can see yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. So he's just testing me like as this is a challenge, and like also, I don't want to say that actually, but it's just mostly like he's just giving me a test pretty much, you know. And I know like God loves me and stuff. This is how like in Islam how he tests you. Like you do this, and if you're getting too comfortable, he's gonna challenge you. So he challenges you doing this type of stuff. So
yeah, but like resolving. Or like what we talked about the other day. It's like resolving the same thing with one person is very rarely the best way to go.
Yeah. I think that's
as I've just figured out now. Like I feel like I fucking dodged a massive bullet, bro. Yeah, once it's like rope, bro. Like once you cut a rope and tie it back together, like it's just like
it's harder to
wanes and it just gets messy. This is fine. Like learn your lessons, take your chips out of the casino, live to fight another day. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
End on good terms. It'll be all good. But be objective about what you what you did wrong, and also what you did right. Because if you keep worrying about what you did wrong, well, fuck, bro. Good luck, because you're not going to last very long.
Yeah, that's exactly what my boys say to me too. Yeah. They say that too. So, yeah. How about your love life, Connor?
Connor's we were just talking about it before. Connor's a mysterious character.
He's so mysterious. Because even whenever I try and bring up like the previous girls he had, he doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
He doesn't want to talk
mysterious
about it.
Character. So just walks in one day at work.
Since you threw me under the bus, I'm gonna throw you on the bus. Tell me about this.
He walks in one day.
That one ex you don't want to talk about.
Tired jaw.
There ain't much to talk about, really, eh?
Stop the cat.
I know.
Bullshit.
There was the one pink eye episode, but it was.
Jesus.
There was.
What is this?
Yeah, it was. That was wild. I don't know how that one happened. That was. Came to work one day and just had pink eye, and I was like, "That's crazy.
That's wild.
Where did that one come from?"
Gosh, man. This
But that I didn't even know it was pointed out to me myself, and when Sid seen me and he was like, "Brother, where were you
been?" Actually had a pink eye.
Maybe. Might have done.
Some kinky ass shit.
Just having breakfast, brother.
Listen, man, these girls
just having breakfast, eh?
I'll be honest, man.
Fish fillet?
You gotta, I don't want to get too red pill because I'm not really that guy, but as a guy, man, you just gotta be really careful about this stuff, especially when you're so young. Because I learned, like, my mistakes, man. I wasted so much of my youth, like, worried about, like, does my, like, girlfriend love me and all this stuff? And I was, like, just just in that anxiety, I made so many bad decisions, and I could have been way healthier. Could have done
the overthinking
more.
is
the overthinking.
It really gets you
Bro.
sometimes.
Oh,
the overthinking is what gets
so
you.
Bad. Yeah, because I always told her as well, like how much I overthink, and she also came to a point as well. I'm sick of reassuring you and stuff. Like, fair enough, but that's how I am. I'm an overthinker. I'm a very.
You're constantly in your own head about things.
Yeah.
You'll go home and you just left their house and they've got like family over and everything, but you'll still be thinking in the back of your mind like, fuck, what if there's somebody that just like drives up real quick?
No, okay, I don't know.
But like, there's always that. But like, do you know what I mean?
I have
like,
you'll have
I think that's like a natural. I think that's like also a natural tendency for a lot of people. Like, I don't know about you, but like for me, especially like whenever I go out or like if I just leave the house even for like 10 minutes, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, I may be down the road already, like already heading to the gym or whatever.
But did I lock the house?
They lock the house. Oh, it'll be fine. Fuck, but what if I didn't lock the house?
Yeah.
The dog's going to get out as well.
The dog's going to get out. I saw this person walking up. He looked a little bit shady. Like, what if he, like, walks in?
And what if he notices?
Simran's home. Fuck. My sister's, like, just all the stuff, like, immediately. A million things. You overthink. But I genuinely think it's a characteristic. It's a good characteristic in the right sense, right?
Yeah.
And it's very easy to like get that muddled up and like overthink, and then you start feeling sorry for yourself because like all this stuff, like how does it affect me? All these things, but once you start using it to impact other people, maybe you might find it a healthier way. Because I would say you don't want to change that about you, bro. Because there are some people
have some cautiousness to the way that
there are some people out,
there are some
people out here that don't think at all.
Yeah.
They have zero foresight. And I don't want to be associated with those people at all.
Because like,
I'm just like, Jesus, you're going to get us killed.
And it's like you got to read the room to a certain point to have some understanding of the world. Like,
But anyways, yeah, Connor, go on, tell us.
Have you even had a girlfriend?
Branch brother, yeah.
Because I've been friends with Connor for like years, and I just don't know these. Had
stories. A couple, but it's just been there.
Done about when you were in the
same time.
You told me about some girl in the States when you were in the States.
Yeah, she's a summer fling, pretty much.
You didn't. That's not what you told me. You said like she was.
Oh,
she was the one.
She was the one. They're all the one. They're all of them. Every single one of them have been the one.
They're all the one.
No, but like I said, distance as well. Distance impacts. Religion impacts. Yeah. There's a lot of things there that
religion
definitely take into
me and her too was very different because I'm Muslim, and she also had like she was Christian too, but she also did believe in like human evolution and all that stuff. So our beliefs were very, very different as well. So yeah, there were some like I think religion was the biggest thing too, because with religion too, I spoke to her about this once, like how we need the kid. Like she doesn't have to be she doesn't convert into Islam, but it's mostly just the kids. That's the thing. So kids have to like practice Islam. Yeah.
Is there any way for them to practice both?
So, see, I'm not. I have to like be more strict with my religion because my religion is like no joke, bro.
Yeah.
But I want to try and actually practice my religion properly. It's not a good example like me holding a vape and shit. But
no, I just mean like in the sense that like,
so like if I was to ever have kids, like I'll try and teach them to pray, and if I have a Christian wife, hypothetically, they can try and go to church and stuff, and they'll be old enough one day to try and find out what to do and like
decide for themselves.
You know, because I'm not gonna try and.
It's like Friday at the mosque, Sunday in the church.
There we go. Yeah,
easy work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real interesting. Like
Saturday at football. Yeah, busy week.
Football.
Yeah. Hey,
my grandma is like the type.
Well, the
of
go-kart
person,
track for you. Yeah.
She has like all of the like little trinkets and idols of every religion.
Yeah.
And because my family's like Hindu and stuff. But whenever the like Muslim call to prayer comes on, like on the radio, she keeps it on.
It's real spiritual, bro.
Yeah, and she was like,
it's
"I just
very
like it."
Connected.
My mum was like, "Why do you like leave it on?" And she's like, "I just like it. It calms me down, and I feel bad if I turn it off." I was like, "It's interesting. Like all these religions, I genuinely believe they're all like at a certain point like interconnected. They all like bring you peace in a certain way." And my And I'm talking a lot, but just cut me off. But my also, it's my fucking show.
Yeah, it's a podcast, brother. The whole point about it is to talk. Like, if you don't talk, there's no point in having it. Like,
it's my like relationship with like religion and stuff has changed, and I've really started to find my way back slowly. But bro, I went through the hardest atheist phase when I was in high school, man. I was like, this shit is all fucking stupid. Like,
do you think is that but like the people that you're surrounded with had like some take in that,
especially living in this country, because there's not a lot of religious people in New Zealand. Like majority of like, well, not just Kiwis, but a lot of them are atheists.
Yeah,
so it's like very
they're agnostic as well.
Yeah,
like a combination.
I was like, none of this like means anything. Like all this stuff, and then what really changed for me was this one time I was talking to this girl that I knew from school, and she was like very religious, and she was part of the church and stuff. And we had this like big argument. She was Christian. And she was like part of the church and everything. And
as well, because the school is a Christian school, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't like Christian like that.
But you have like services and everything as well.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like, it was very loosely a Christian school. It just kind of
was it mandatory to go to services?
Yes, but it wasn't they didn't push the religion onto you, if that makes sense. That made sense. No. They would just like take things from the Bible and be like, this is how you can apply it in your life if you would like to. It was very chill.
Okay.
But anyway, this girl was very, very religious, and we have this big argument. I'm just like, this shit's not fucking real. There's no evidence. Show me the evidence. She's like, it's not about the evidence, and then leaves. I was like, okay, whatever. Then, like, literally, that years later, I'm just like thinking about that moment, and I'm just like, wow, I was a real piece of shit. Like, who the fuck am I?
You still are sometimes.
Yeah, I know. But again, we live and we learn. But like, who the fuck am I to tell somebody about
their own religion,
like what their faith should be?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
Because I watch a couple of fucking YouTube videos and I think I'm the man. Like, absolutely not, dude. And you know, when I was younger, I was very, very religious. And I was like, man, like, actually, this stuff actually gave me, like, a lot of peace.
Yeah.
And it gives a lot of other people a lot of peace. I'm not saying, you know, there are some aspects of it that are really not great. Anyone can
when you rely too much.
Yeah, when you're too far into it, like, you've got to have some objective reality. But in saying that, like, you know, it's very important to think of something that's bigger than yourself, regardless of what it is, you know.
My biggest thing with that is, like, obviously, is the medical side of things. Probably.
Yeah.
Would for me, is, like, that's where I come into. I'm like, you need to chill out. Like, this brother has cancer. I'm sorry, but like, they need to have some medical treatments to help with what they're going through. For a lot of for a lot of specific things.
Yeah.
Like, not everything can just heal. Like, you need to have some processes to be done.
I just looked at you. That's not
oh, okay, great. I thought you were going to come back with some.
No.
Like, actually, this happened.
No, it's pretty wild, man. But, bro, just a lot of this stuff, man, like bad energy, bad...
crystals.
Yeah, I don't know about the crystals so far. Yeah, I'm not convinced about the crystals just yet, bro, because...
Gotta charge them, brother.
Even like star signs too, like people like...
Well, this is the funny thing about star signs, right? And we've talked about it before on the podcast. And I'm becoming not more and more inclined to star signs. I'm not, genuinely. But, in saying that, astrology and Hinduism is very, very important. And, like, things like my name, for example, are all taken from, like, when I was born in the star chart and stuff like that. But if you're not going to fucking date me because I'm a Gemini, get out.
You're not compatible.
Get out.
Yeah, nah, that's quite ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially like how, because like you got stuff like TikTok and stuff that like try and so I've seen stuff on TikTok like, oh, it's a trend right now. It shows like 1 to, how many star signs are there? 1 to,
I don't even know, bro. Like
12 probably, like same as the months, right? 12 star signs, yeah. So it shows like 24 of them because like male and female. And it shows like ranking, like I think like number 1 is like
Isn't there 8 star signs? But carry on.
Well, I don't fucking know about star signs, bro. Sorry. I'm pretty sure there's 12. Search it up real quick. I think there's 12 star signs.
Because they go like half, like...
Oh, you are right. 12, sorry.
12 star signs,
There is, okay.
And they basically just try and make like the Geminis look good and like, for example, like the Sagittarius look shit, Libra, like all that stuff, yeah? So it's not a good example, star signs, sometimes on... Star signs doesn't portray your personality.
No,
it doesn't. It's
that's what they're attempting to say.
Yeah,
they're attempting to say that star sign is who you are, but it's like...
No offense to anyone out there, by the way. Really, no offense, but yeah.
Like, I mean, a lot of it is more to do with how you've grown up.
What I hate is when people use these things
against you
as an excuse to be a piece of shit.
I like sometimes whenever I look like at those type of TikTok videos, like I take it as jokes, like, yeah, okay, that. But I don't actually take it too seriously with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like most things, it's on your tool in the toolbox. I think, at least for me, like, I feel like all that stuff is interesting. It's
definitely it's not the car you drive. It's a tool in the toolbox. It's just it's there in the back. Yeah. It's not your main device. Yeah. It's not your main mode of transport.
So how long have you been doing Sidscussions for now?
Oh my god. Started last year.
No, so we're now 21. Started 21.
Was it was after?
But it was a bit of a slow.
No,
it was a slow build up.
Started the first episode came out 22.
Oh, okay.
Was it?
First, yeah.
No, but I remember we were going through the motions on 21 though.
Yeah.
Throughout the COVID
I was
section.
planning it all through 21 and stuff. The first episode came out January 1st, 2022. And then kind of went sporadically, and then I kind of went away. 2 weeks off here, 2 weeks off there. But for the most part, I was very
gung-ho.
Yeah. I was very keen. And then,
like, you came a long way now. I mean, like, the equipment-wise and stuff. Like, looking
this
at the older ones, I mean, like I said, I've only seen the one with you and Grant, but...
No, this equipment's been here from the start, and I think it's like it's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
The crazy... Yeah, I don't know, man. This podcast is a great tool. I didn't lose motivation for it, but in a way that I did, I was just like looking at how much work it takes, especially with like the multicam setup. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna edit these entire videos, like
hour long,
and go through the entire podcast
to make sure,
and go through all three cameras,
go through all the cameras, like figure out which person's talking where and all these things.
Have you ever like tried looking for editors to do it for you?
Yeah, but I've got no money to pay them. And I would like. I mean, look, if you're an editor out there that is willing to do pro bono work, hit me up for sure. But you know, these episodes get long, man. And
what's the longest?
Because as well, we could be sitting here for 2-3 hours. And he's
how
got to filter through
now?
it.
We've been here for like.
But bear in mind, we started late.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I think the longest one so far has been like 240.
240. Oh yeah. Try and beat that record. Probably not tonight. Maybe. I mean, it's a weekday. It's going into a weekday. So.
But yeah, man, these podcasts are actually very important to me. Even though in the last kind of few months I just haven't been on it as much. But
as well, I mean, you've been graduating. Like you've had a lot going on. You've got school overseas now as well. You've got
man,
that whole gig going as well. That's a big move, that one.
It's also just like where does this thing now fit? And I think you can probably learn this too when you start branching out and doing stuff that you just want to do.
Yeah,
because I just wanted to do this. Like, who just starts like
podcast?
Who just starts podcast? Like fucking no one. Yeah. But
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Like the people that do, they're just like, I want to start a podcast, and for me, it just took a while for me to actually like.
People reckon with podcasts though, like you have to have like some sort of history somewhere first. Like you need to try and be famous first before going into it, so people get interested.
Yeah, maybe.
But you look at stuff like I can't say Joe Rogan because he was famous from UFC before as well. But I mean, who do I actually like watch that?
There are some people that are famous like
just from starting podcasts.
From starting podcasts for sure. But in saying that though, like
I can't think of any. But
But what did you say just before? I forgot what I was going to say.
About
just before you said that thing about Joe Rogan.
What was I saying, Connor?
Man, I've been zoned out for the past like
I can't remember.
Couple.
But
what were we talking about?
I can't remember.
About like you doing like influencing, being famous,
having to be famous to do a podcast.
Equipment we were talking about.
Nah, not about the famous thing. Oh, something before that. I don't know.
Why don't you answer Connor's question about those?
Yeah. What do we have skins on the table here, brother?
Well, some of the people that have watched the Will Clark episode will know, which is the last episode that was published, actually. People that will know Will Clark also know that he gave me a present in his episode. He gave me this one in the middle of the episode. It was very, very lovely of him. And for those who don't know, it is I don't know if that's going to be in focus, but...
Sidscussions condoms.
Yes. So, for those who know, also, skin. I'm just saying. Big fan. So if you ever want to sponsor the podcast, I mean, who am I to say no? But anyway. And I think Will also has given you a great marketing opportunity here. So, for the people only listening, he's given me a box of condoms. And we'll explain why the term box of condoms is funnier in just a bit. But it's the skin box, the skin condom box, value pack. And he's taped Scussion under the word skin. So it says Sidscussion and then the podcast logo underneath that. And it's taped actually very nicely. He's taken the time out and he's done it separately. It's taken more time than it actually should have. And then in the hashtag on the side of the box, it says hashtag feel everything, hashtag Sidscussions. And on the other side of the box, it says we need to Sidscuss about safe sex. And then when we open the box,
there's 4 left. How much was it?
That's a fucking value pack. This guy gives me the demon as Will Clark. Give me obviously a used box. 4 left.
Obviously.
4.
Hey, he's
4 left, and it was open. By
the
way,
honest man.
It wasn't even closed. So
gift is a
closed
gift.
box, and each individual condom. I say it like it's a big feat, and it is actually because he changed the font size and everything.
Each one of them
each individual condom has a taped
Sidscussion.
Sidscussion on it.
Sidscussion.
I don't know if that's going to be in focus, but hopefully you can see.
We'll go there as well, and we'll go over here as well. And see what we got.
Thank you very much again, Will Clark.
I thought the camera's out of focus now. It's not.
No, it's fine.
Oh, they'll refocus up. They should be right.
Sony knows how to make cameras, bro.
Things will slow down a little bit.
No, you hit the cameras with the.
Not the hey sisters. Give this back, right?
Whatever happened to that guy, James Charles?
He's still doing stuff.
I don't see him popping off.
He's still around.
Yeah, he's still doing stuff.
No, he's definitely had a couple controversies here and there, and that's definitely taken a toll to a degree. Oh, mate, they're just left, right, centre now.
Are you guys going to start playing chess? What's going on?
Do you want to play?
Or should I try to put it here?
How come you talk so much shit about wanting to be on this podcast, and I finally let you? Come on. And not only did I let you come on, this is the first episode in a very long time. You're breaking the fast, bro. This is a big deal.
Fuck's sakes, mate.
Right, so what is genuinely on your mind? Like, we can talk about absolutely anything. This is just like a normal thing. I feel like we're sort of an hour in now.
Well, besides my breakup, honestly, shit.
Oh, actually, I did have a question for you.
Go on.
And it does touch on the other side of what you had mentioned in terms of the two forms of like things that can definitely contribute to your life and towards art, right? Which is love, lost, and also then death. And also there's an anniversary that came up recently, and I was curious as to just how it has affected you that we're at the 1 year mark.
It's surreal that he's actually gone, bro. Like it was, if you don't know, well, I don't know. Well, I had a really good close friend of mine.
His best friend.
His name was Connor, coincidentally.
Cool. Yeah.
You did know him too as well.
I did know him. Yeah, I had gone to school with him very long time ago.
Great guy, bro. Like he was such a good guy. Like everybody loved him. The way he went out was very nobody deserved to go out that way, especially at that young age because he was 18 at the time as well.
Very young too.
Yeah. Court case coming up soon though, but obviously can't say the name. Okay. It's still suppressed. Gotcha. The name's still suppressed. I don't know if I'm supposed to be bringing this up, but I don't care. It's been too damn long anyways. Yeah. And
obviously you just stick to what you can.
Yeah.
Can't say.
Yeah. I had a friend named Connor, and he was we pretty much went to school together. And one night
No, opposites.
What? No, it's supposed to be like that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, Queen's supposed to be here. King's meant to be here. Oh wait, no, but yours had to swap because I think that king
they're always opposite.
It has to be on the white, doesn't it? That king has to be on the white, and this one stays on the black.
I'm pretty sure it was queen to left side of player. That's why I say
you guys are rookies at chess. While they're setting that up, I'll keep talking about Connor. Yeah. He went out one night and he basically got... It was basically a hit and run. And he ended up like under the car. I don't want to like get into too much detail because how gore it sounds. I shouldn't even... It's messed up.
Yeah,
you know? And it's basically like that day, I was thinking nothing of it because I got a message from my mate saying like, Connor's in hospital. I'm like, Connor's an idiot sometimes. Who cares? And then
probably just like broken arm or something like that.
And then I see like my mate Abil, he posted something on his story about it. And bro, it looked pretty bad, you know, like there was all the life support stuff like hanging around.
Wow.
Like,
tubes, cables, everything.
And then I see 2 days later, I get a message from his... I woke up already in the morning, like with a bad feeling. And then 5 minutes after I woke up, I got a phone call from his mom saying like, you have to come to the hospital. And I was like, why, what's going on? And she was like, you need to come say goodbye to Connor. It's probably the worst thing you want to hear, bro.
Fuck.
Like the first thing I did was just get up out of bed, and my mum saw me just bawling my eyes out, and she knew straight away, like, yeah, Connor, because he's dead. And I remember like just zooming to the hospital that morning. It was morning, you know, it was traffic as well. It was Thursday morning. Thursday morning. Well, no, Wednesday morning, and it was me just boosting there, and I keep getting phone calls from all my other mates saying like, is this actually true? Like, because last person you'd expect to like actually is your close mate, you know. Nobody expects it. And then I go into the hospital. The first thing I see is his dad, and he's I feel so bad for him, man. I feel so bad. And he's saying like, yeah, Connor's upstairs, you need to go say goodbye, and just see him on the bed. And it's not an image you ever want to see, you know? Your best mate.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
No. It's all good, bro.
Yeah. If you need to take a break.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But, yeah. And the people who did it, I don't want to get too much in detail because last thing they want, like, I need to give them his attention. They're living life like nothing. Like, they're not aware of it, you know? Like, they just think like life's okay. But it's not. Because you've just done something like... You've affected the whole family, friends, like all them, you know. So it's really something, bro. Yeah.
And so and with obviously that now we have the backstory of it. How's that come to affect you with now the anniversary having just passed? How's this?
I still feel like I can just receive a phone call from him, you know, saying like, "Yo, let's go for a cruise or something," you know. Connor had a really amazing car. It was a 335i BMW. It's a gorgeous car. I always try and post it on TikTok because that car needs a lot of attention. I know he would want to be doing the same, like giving his car attention. It's a gorgeous car. So that week, before he died, we were talking about, we were sending snaps to each other about his ex, saying like how he'd be keen to like meet up with her because the weekend before that I was at town and I saw him and I was actually with my girlfriend at the time, his ex, and also just a couple of my mates too. And I saw Connor walking past and they were like, they had like kind of connected with each other again. And then the day after I was snapping Connor saying like, we should be keen to meet up and stuff. And they were so keen, but then obviously that happened. They couldn't see each other because he got himself injured. And we were also meant to like, the reason why I brought his car because we were meant to also go for a cruise that weekend. And the day after after I left the hospital, I just went with my car, and you know that TikTok I posted of my car?
The recent one?
That's the photos I took that day after the hospital.
Yeah.
It's crazy shit, bro. I'll say one thing, like, yeah, sure, spend time with your family, but make sure you spend a lot of time with your mates as well, bro. You never know, you know? You never know when the last day might come.
Yeah.
That's for sure, bro.
Have you guys haven't had anyone lost like that, friends?
Not as close as that. Definitely not. No, but like probably the only one that has probably affected it was one of the neighbors, he was also I'm pretty sure he was 18 at the time as well, and he was not a hit and run, but
I think you told me about this.
It was only around the corner as well from the house, but it was motorbike accident as well. Drunk driver, the truck. Everything. There was a couple court cases around here and there for that one as well.
What did he get? Like probably 6 months home deal or something?
actually haven't.
Right, that's wild.
I'm not sure exactly what the final outcome of
New
that
Zealand
one was.
Fix your laws,
but
please. New Zealand fix the.
I definitely know there was a lot
system.
of things that weren't. Not everybody was happy.
Yeah.
I can tell you that for sure.
That's sad, man.
Yeah. I love this country. I really do, but it has to sort this shit out, honestly. Like, if this is a good time to bring this up, it'd be on this podcast, honestly. Like, I don't want to like try and give you like
No, you're all good. You're all good.
But I don't know, like Labour. I don't know who the fuck sorts that out. Fucking just fix your law, bro, because people's life do get ruined. Like, it's just horrible. It's horrible to talk about. Yeah.
I don't even know what to say, bro.
Besides dark stuff, we'll talk about something.
No. I'm just like it's hard to let that process, you know. Like, what do you even say? Like, we can't like empathize because we haven't. Well, I guess kind of, sort of, in a way, but I haven't experienced anything like that.
Not to the same extent, though.
Yeah.
He was a good guy, bro. He's a real good guy.
I have no idea what you're up to.
Don't worry, Chief.
Put the camera on the chess game as well. Yeah.
I'm sure it's got access to it.
I did play chess actually back in primary. Though that was primary though. I actually I loved chess back then. I remember also like, you remember how in the Windows, all the old Windows, like I think it was like Windows, not
like
7?
Vista. Vista was the one that we used.
There was like all those games like Purple Place and chess. And pinball.
Purple Place was the shit.
The cake game. Yeah, that was a shit back then. That was some
good
one. Yeah, some childhood games. Or you don't game, do you?
Nah, bro.
You don't have
not
time,
like that. Nah, well, I bought a PS5, but to be honest, like, I bought it just so I could say I can have it because I barely freaking use it. And I like, if I do game, bro, it's just like COD. It's not really like that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not very good either. Probably, I don't know what the fuck you think you're up to, but.
I'll just turn this into a chess podcast instead. Just talk about chess. There's this one chess movie I really want to watch with Tobey Maguire. Have you watched it? I forgot.
Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, the guy from Spider-Man. I'll get the movie name.
Bro, the Queen's Gambit is the shit, bro. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't. Wait, the movie is called... It's not Spider-Man. Say that right now. What's it called? Pawn Sacrifice.
Pawn
Sorry,
sacrifice.
what?
Pawn.
Pawn
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
I don't know if you.
Oh my god, Connor, hurry the fuck up.
No,
I haven't, bro.
I haven't. No.
I'm thinking. There's a lot of process here.
About what? You're currently fucked, bro.
Hey. No, actually. Thank you very much. Don't worry about it, boss man.
It's gonna take so much time on like people listening on Spotify.
Yeah, people are like, why is it so quiet? Well, I don't know how to explain it for like people listening on Spotify or even blind people, but how do you read the board so I can explain what's going on to them?
I'm actually not good. I have to really do the maths.
But there's letters and there's
currently
numbers to
Connor
correlate to position, and then there's also just letters to attribute what piece is.
So this is like
a knight would be a K, right? And if we go like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so knight on B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then knight.
That's
my brain
G.
can't process all that.
Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to the gist of it. So if we go B, so K, B, because knight B, and then this is the third row, 3. So it goes knight to C3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ben Kubiak, if you're listening, I've developed my bishop, my dark square bishop, and my knights. Connor's only developed his knight now he's developed both knights.
To essentially mirror.
This is light work.
Do you actually want me to bring Oosgang and
yes
one day into the?
Oh, by the way, team, Hakam is famous.
I'm not like famous, but
brother's definitely. He's on the talk.
I'm there
he's on the talk.
I'm there to support these TikTok creators, pretty much. Yeah.
You did this. Right, this podcast is about to get real boring real quick. While I focus on this game.
Well, that's why I'm trying to talk about other stuff. But that's what I'm saying. If you actually, I can try and talk to Oosgang one day, and he'll be keen to come in.
The bro with the bro's Samoa tattoo as well is getting so much attention online about that one as well. Yeah. His attention for that one is he
keeps
else.
showing his damn Samoan tattoo. I don't know if do you have TikTok?
Yes.
Do you watch it sometimes? Like, do you like look at the New Zealand content creators and stuff?
No, not really, bro.
Oh, well, basically, Oosgang's been making these videos of like it's a gangster theme, but it's like playful music.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Did you post it on your story?
One of the security guards who work at Botany for Michael Hill, for P4G, he has a Samoan tattoo over here, and every time like they play like the songs, he's just showing it off. So now everyone just knows him as the Samoan tat guy. Can we? Okay, we're here for a podcast, guys. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, there's chess people out there, but we should talk to.
Connor, just resign, bro. You're fucked.
Yeah, you've definitely...
What are you even doing, Connor?
What are you doing?
I'm watching,
exactly.
But it's painful to watch because you don't know what the hell's going on.
I've currently pinned Connor's knight.
Yeah, it's
and he can't move it because we'll have his king in check. And... yeah, it's only kind of a few moves away from being...
I feel like we're boring the audience.
Yeah. What else do we have to talk about, guys? How long have we been going for? Well, you know what? How come you're young? You're 19.
I low-key look older than Connor, don't I?
Yeah, you do. You're 19 years old, but you know what do you feel like your life's? Where do you feel like your life's heading at the moment?
Honestly,
you're currently working through a heartbreak.
Hear me out.
Of course. Go.
Because I mean, like, obviously when I met Connor, I found out as well, like, his mum, like, kind of started JB Hi-Fi New Zealand, right?
No.
Well, what do you... But
you can't...
Talk to the mic.
Yeah, that's false.
What do you mean? Like, what? Not start. Like, what do you...
She started when... maybe about a year, or not that long after
but she
JB
was still part
came
of the
into
group.
New Zealand.
Yeah. So I was thinking in the future... Well, not... I was thinking maybe going to the JB in Australia and trying to get a job there if she can try and hook me up to try and get a job. Because I've heard apparently the pay is way...
ridiculous.
Way better over there. Am I just talking? Anyway, audience, because these guys are so...
No, we're good. We're hearing you.
What I'm going to say, actually, to any young people trying to get a first job, go for a commission-based job.
No,
like retail. Like, depends on the retail.
If you're going to say that, you need to make sure that you have an hourly wage as a bare minimum.
Yeah, hard out.
Because your commission is not what you are relying on to have as your main.
Because it varies, of course, yeah, and it depends on.
You could have a week where you have literally no money, or you have a week where you have a couple thousand.
So what I mean by commission based, I mean like hourly and commission.
Like a job like JB.
Yeah, a job like JB. But there's also like, because the reason why I want to get into car sales is because they have both salary and commission.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to like try and get a job in like either Mini, South Auckland Motors, BMW. One of the, hopefully BMW, because I love BMWs. Connor, what are you doing, man?
Bro, Connor's getting wrecked.
Yeah, I am, and I recognize that as well.
Your Quinn is in a pretty bad
I think
place.
like
your Quinn is a very
bro. Your heart is in cars, man. I think, and you're also talented at sales. Like you're charming guy.
Last year, I was doing automotive engineering in MIT.
Yeah,
but then I got caught up with JB because like how well the job was paying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I was studying at MIT for automotive engineering, I thought to myself, fixing cars my whole life is probably something I don't want to be doing.
Mm.
So it's more like when I started the job at sales, because I did want to get into sales, and JB Hi-Fi has helped me a lot to try and like talk properly to people, like try and start conversations and all that stuff. It really affects your confidence in a better way, right? Sorry, it affects boost my confidence and stuff. So when I started the job at sales for JB, I was like, sales is the way to go. So that's why I'm trying to like still have the passion for cars and go for a sales job, like in either one of those dealerships. Okay, we do need to keep talking though for Spotify listeners, because I do feel bad for them. That's so quiet.
Well, we've got quite a bit of smokers here as well left over.
Yeah.
Have you had one of these with us?
By the way, Tim, I don't know if whoever's listening to the podcast on Spotify, but also on YouTube, if you're not listening to podcasts and stuff on like 1.25 speed, like minimum, you have too much time in your day.
Yeah.
I'm on like 1.5, 1.8 for a lot of stuff now.
I do actually watch
podcasts. They be taking time
that fast, so the playback
and
speed.
like if you're there, I mean, hey, if you've got an hour-long train ride to work or something,
listen
sure,
to Sidscussions.
listen to a podcast at like normal speed if you need to, just for the sake of processing it. But
there was times as well where instead of going into sales and stuff, I wanted to start like my own type of can't say clothing line, because I've always also got my I know a lot of people who like have their own clothing lines, like this one guy from Oz.
Brother, that's a night that you just moved on.
He's like
straight.
He's like one of my closest mates.
You moved the night straight.
God. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so then we're back here. Put the pawn back. Because you didn't take the pawn.
Sorry, carry on.
Can I talk?
Yes.
You guys just playing chess.
No, that's all right.
You were the one that started this, by the way.
I know. I started playing chess, but I didn't know you guys were actually gonna start feeling so like. If me and Connor were playing right now, I'll just be fucking moving around. I don't give a shit what I'm doing. I'll still be talking in the podcast. I feel like my back's hurting from carrying this podcast.
Well, that's a cool story, bro. No, you've been on the podcast for like 5 seconds, man.
What?
You were like, at the beginning, you're just like, I'm not too confident.
Yeah, but now I'm confident. I'm trying to talk to you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, so let juices flow. What have you got in your mind?
I was saying like how I would be keen to start my own clothing line, but it's just I don't know like where to start because of style. Like everyone has like their own such like unique style, so you don't know like what's trending and stuff. So it's really like a gamble whenever he's like, for example, like with Kanye, like when he starts his own clothing, like he knew like he was ahead of his time, you know, like no one fucked with Yeezys when he dropped, and now all of a sudden everyone loves Yeezys, and well, not at the moment since he's like technically cancelled, but everyone.
But like, what is Adidas gonna do with all those freaking shoes though?
Yeah, there's no way.
There's like a back order of Yeezys.
I think they named it something else. It's not called Yeezys anymore. What is Yeezys called now? Yeezy. What are Yeezys?
You've seen how he put his Yeezy office next to an Adidas building as well, eh? Do you see that?
No, I swear they changed the name for Adidas
stores. There was a building next to it. He's put his Yeezy office right up next to it.
Really?
Yeah.
He's petty, man.
Well, I'm probably.
Yeah, he's probably one of the pettiest people out there for sure.
Guys, this is ridiculous.
Bro, Connor takes 5 years to move.
Well, this is your podcast.
Oh, move,
fuck, that was loud. Jeez, sorry if I ear raped anyone. But fuck, what's it called? This is your podcast, so why don't you keep saying stuff, bro? Words.
Connor thinks he's made a good move here.
Oh my fucking god, you're talking about chess.
I know. What else has been going on? I don't know, man. You know, currently, I have a lot of people that know me very well.
Okay, besides doing... I'm sorry, how do you pronounce opera? Is it opera?
Yeah.
Okay. Besides opera, was there anything else in life you would have done? Besides getting into that? Because you were technically forced into it by your parents, weren't you?
Opera?
Yeah.
Fuck
no.
So you actually loved that?
Something that you stepped into yourself.
Yeah, I stepped into it myself, bro.
But would you be doing something else besides that? And besides podcast?
I mean, I know before I started, I just kind of I just did a lot of I played a lot of hockey, and that was probably what I was going to do. But I was not good enough to ever play international hockey or anything. Actually, I probably would have coached something or other.
Did you play A team or B team?
I was A, bro. Always.
Ice hockey or just normal hockey?
Like grass hockey, field hockey.
Field hockey. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because ice hockey isn't that big in New Zealand.
Nah.
No.
It's only if you go over to Canada or the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Now the singing thing is just kind of ticking along. I just kind of do it. Especially now that I'm moving overseas, there's only so much I can do. I just got to sort out my visa, and then I go, and then that's the kind of... Then I'm going to be a small fish again in a big pond. But, bro, just my entire mindset is completely shifted now.
Mm.
And that's the weird thing, especially with all the stuff that's happened to me. Why didn't you go for the Queen trade?
Nah, I don't want to trade yet.
Okay, fine.
Play some chess music in the background.
Actually, we're gonna...
Oh my god, bro.
We'll sit here, eh? We'll sit right here.
And
Bro.
Yeah. Sorry.
We are barely talking here.
It's okay.
You know what? I'll start a conversation. I'm assuming because you just came back from the States as well, the audience don't actually know about the full America experience, like that you just came back from.
Oh, yeah, true.
So talk about that, bro. Fuck, call this Hakam and Connor now, bro.
I mean, I've talked to a lot of people about it. That's why I haven't really spoken about it on the podcast, besides the fact that I haven't actually done the podcast. But, you know, America was amazing.
I'll go for the trade there.
And he's off again.
Okay. We can go for the trade there. That's fine.
America was an amazing experience.
Better than New Zealand?
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. The people were so lovely. It's not cliquey. Especially in New York, where I spent most of my time.
Is it exactly how they portray in the movies? Like how Hollywood portrays it?
Some aspects. I think like what we feel like in New Zealand now, Americans are all like stupid and all this stuff, but nah, man. Like they're so lovely. They're the most welcoming people ever. They really cared about.
They do say it's the same about us. Yeah.
Sorry?
Like, no, I mean, any country is going to say that. Like, they're so welcoming, they're so lovely.
Yeah. But
a lot of people say that about New Zealand people, like Kiwis.
But like, if you think about it, like New Zealand's so much smaller. And also, like, if you really... The thing is, I went to a pub. I went to a lot of pubs while I was in the States. And I just talked to people.
Because they all love your accent.
Yeah, there's also that, but also they just... Yeah. When I was talking to girls, yeah, they like my accent. But when I... just talking to random people, they were really interested in where I was from and all this stuff. And also just getting to know me, regardless of where I was from, because they're so used to new people all the time, you know? And they were just so friendly. But I feel like if you just go up and talk to random people in a pub in Auckland, you're just going to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, okay. I know what you mean.
Yeah. What did you move, sorry?
Porn.
Where? Okay.
Connor, you gonna talk?
Yeah, harder.
Sorry, brother.
Bro, this guy's...
He's mysterious. This guy's got like a fucking secret life, bro.
What was I gonna say?
Nah, bro, just uni, bro. At the moment, just lots of
How
uni
is
work.
uni? Because I've been trying to finish.
Tell the people what you do for uni,
Connor.
Tell the people what you do for uni.
Yeah.
So I'm studying Bachelor of Computer Information Sciences, majoring in data science, minor software development. Was doing a double major, but fuck that. That's too much work for not enough of a reward. In terms of what I've seen with how the paper is being run, like I don't see any use in doing that. So just going to jam the one. You've put me in a pickle here though. So we're just going to back out into here. Thank you very much. This is yours, right?
No, I don't drink Powerade water. I don't like water stuff.
That's right.
Except for water.
We'll pop it down here then. That's fine.
It's yours though. Sid bought it for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you did?
I have it. Nobody has it.
I told him like you're bringing a Coke. He was like, "Fuck, I'll just buy him a drink anyway."
Oh, okay. Cheers for that.
Guys, Connor's just getting demolished here.
Mate, that's alright.
Just white flag it, bro. Surrender.
Nah, mate, we're gonna pump.
To my Spotify listeners, well, to Sid's Spotify listeners, I don't know what to say to you guys. Thank you for listening. Yeah, we're not ending the podcast. I'm just saying thank you for listening. I feel so bad for them. Like they can't.
Don't feel bad, bro. There was at the first 2/3 of the not even 2/3. I'll say 3/4 of the podcast. 10 out of 10 content, and then you started saying, "Why are you guys playing chess? Are you guys actually gonna play?"
No, I'm just. What I was saying is like I thought you can like multitask.
I am multitask. It's Connor that's not talking.
Yeah,
because how shit he's playing.
Okay,
right
well, we can go back to uni.
I'm surprised you haven't fucking resigned, bro. Also, yeah, uni, dude. What are your guys' thoughts, man? Because we're currently in a phase now, and we can talk about this on another episode. But I guess we can end on this. We're all fairly ambitious people, and
they're still playing chess.
Sorry, we're all fairly ambitious people. Oh, I just blundered.
Yeah. Cheers for the free trade, brother.
I just blundered.
That's the queen, brother. See. That's all right. That's all right. Cheers, brother. Blunder for blunder. That's all right.
Great, no problem. All right. So, what are you guys' thoughts on uni? Connor, do you like uni? I finished my masters, being like, I'm over this. I'm ready to leave, and yet I'm going to go study in another institution. Albeit it's a very different environment than like an actual uni. But some people, there's a culture at the moment. I feel that a lot of, especially young men, want to do e-commerce and all that stuff, and it's like
e-commerce. So many people wanting to do drop shipping as well.
Yeah, man.
Things of the like. But I don't know. There's so many people like that shouldn't go to uni as well. The amount of people that I've seen in my time studying that I feel like it's not the place for them. And even for me, to some degree, I feel like there is certain fields not fields, but like areas of uni where I'm like, this ain't me. But like, the only reason I'm continuing with it and seeing it through is to just have that piece of paper there.
Can I ask you something, Connor?
Because the world is going to a place where there's so many things that you can do with share experience, like experience over any piece of paper, for sure.
No, I didn't. But besides MIT, no.
A lot of people, like places, especially like international company-wise, there's like a roadblock of like, if you don't have this paper, there's a paywall. Like you got to have this paper to be able to get to this certain pay bracket. And that's the only thing. Okay. That's the reason why. Sorry. Shut the fuck up, brother. I'm talking.
I thought you were gonna stop talking. That's why. Sorry. Continue. My bad.
Like there's this pay bracket that you've got to have that piece of paper to be able to get into that area. Yeah. And like it's strictly the only reason why that is
Yeah.
happening at the moment. And then I've decided to go that route.
It's expensive. Expensive. But I do agree with you. I think some people are just like, uni's just not for them. And it's a very interesting check.
Take him out. He can take him out, can you? You can take him out, can't you? You can. You could.
No, that's literally sacrificing. I can't do that.
Okay. I was gonna say, and be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have. Have you ever used the AI shit to cheat at an exam?
No.
You haven't.
No.
Check.
It's fucking scary though how that shit works now, eh? Like using ChatGPT and
it's a real interesting model.
Weird stuff. Because you can artificial intelligence is just really a scary.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing you do at uni, right? You work around ChatGPT and stuff, right, Connor? And like AI, I'm really talking to myself right here.
No, you're not. We're listening.
Well, Connor's not replying.
You know what? I'm...
Check.
I think we should just wait till you guys finish the game, man, because it's almost finished.
Do you want to wait until we finish the podcast and then we'll carry on?
All right, we'll pause it there. All right.
We're almost done. We've been going for freaking ages.
We have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying, like...
But, like, because, okay, so, for one, my degree is very heavy AI, right? Yeah. So, we're encouraged to use the AI as a tool to our learning and also, yes, assessments. But there is only, to a certain point, where ChatGPT can only do so much. And, like, you have to prompt it correctly as well. If you prompt it incorrectly, you're going to get absolute dog water out of it. Like, it's not going to give you what you're wanting. And even if you prompt it really well, it may not give you exactly what you're after. But like we found areas where it'll give us code, but it's in the wrong language. And there's a lot of just basic questions because it's a language model, right? Especially if we're going to be specific as to which AI we're talking about, we can go with ChatGPT.
No,
It's a language model. It's not a image processor. So, there is obviously ChatGPT 4, which is currently a like paid AI. You have to pay to get access to it because it's still an early model of it where it has some form of image processing in it as well. But at the same time, like, and it is smarter to a degree, but that's one really good thing I like about it as well is because of how widely like known it's become and like so many people are using it now. Like AI is it's meant to learn, and like you've got to have people
thing?
Use it and provide it data to be able to help it grow.
So something that as one of the I was just at a concert on Sunday, and the guy who I was doing the concert with, he works in IT as well, and he was saying that, like Connor just said, because ChatGPT is a language model, they ran an experiment, and like ChatGPT uses the like statistical probability of what the answer is based off of the language that surrounds the prompt. So like this guy, like if you ask somebody what 2 + 2 is, it's 4. But this guy managed to convince ChatGPT to believe that it's 5.
Yeah,
that's wild, eh?
But it's, I mean, like I say, like you have to give it as much context as you can to it. Yeah. Like there's obviously also a lot of things where people are using it as a legal assistant in a way of like, hey, I don't need to talk to my lawyer on the phone ask him a question that literally has one of the easiest answers for a lawyer. Yeah. Obviously, as a commoner, you may not know that, and that one phone call, you got to say, hey, you got to see how the kids going. You got to have a proper like convo with them first. You know, like keep the rapport there with your person that's trying to look out for your best interests, and then get the answer from them. And even then, it may not be exactly what you're after, but you've then been charged $300 for that one phone call. Whereas a simple prompt into ChatGPT, where you've given it correct legal context, and also giving it like, because obviously every other country has different laws as well to things, so you can't always just give it a genuine query and be like, I need this, but then it'll give you something that's related to another country, and then it gives you that answer that may not be correct for your country. And so you've got to give it a whole lot of context as to what you're actively looking for, and it will probably give you the right answer, because like a lot of law is language. It's all how you say things and how you speak, and that's where ChatGPT is definitely. That's where it's leaning towards with what it can do at the best of its ability, is because it's a language model, right? Like and law is very, very language heavy. Like it kind of shines throughout that.
Does it like teach itself by like the data that people give them by like asking it questions? I mean, does it get it from the internet? Like how does it get all the data?
I mean, data-wise, there's like it's a big data, right? Like pretty much all data. Anything can be data, right? Like you took a puff of that. That's I guess that's in a way that's data. I moved this piece, right? That's data. How many times you tightened it, that can be counted as data. Like how many twists of a thing. There's data in everything. But in terms of actual recorded data, there's shit tons as well. Right, shit tons of recorded data.
Is that what ChatGPT is doing, like recorded data? Or is it more
Yeah. It has to be like data that it can feed from as well.
Oh, okay.
And data that's not just dirty data as well. Like it has to be somewhat have cleaned data as well, where it's like there's useless parts and you want certain things. It might pick from those, cherry pick as to what it's looking for what you've obviously given it.
Yeah.
But like, almost 90% of data has not been processed.
Shit.
So it's there, but it's still like dirty data. It's not being processed.
This is the start of AI, right? Like, I mean, AI's been around for like
for
very
quite a
long
while.
time, but like this is like
in terms of trying to get through processing the data. I think this is somewhat, to a degree, a first step into it.
Oh, that's scary,
because like
man.
it's got to process that a lot of information, and it has access to Google. Google has tons of data on it as well. I mean, Bing, they've introduced ChatGPT into their search engine now as well. They've got their own thing going there.
Do you think? I mean, it's really true like the internet, because like when the internet came out, like everyone could use it, right? And that's the same.
No.
Yeah, when the internet came out, because like no one even knows like who.
No, because you didn't know what you're doing with it when it came out. You had no idea what you're doing with the internet. They had to teach courses on how to use the internet.
Sure, man.
If there's a new car come out that doesn't have Tiptronic, doesn't have manual, doesn't have
like
automatic,
everyone had the ability to go on the internet regardless of.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like in terms of like
because it was free, you know, and that's what they're doing with AI. And I know like there's paid subscriptions that you can do and stuff.
Well, you had to pay for it. You had to be like, well, I want this service.
Not for the internet. It was literally like because no one. Do you know who?
Yeah, because
do you know who made the internet?
In terms of when they like actually initially released it to like get people to understand what it is, and then there's obviously the monetary side of things come into it at a point, because they're like, well, we can monetize this now as well.
You know how many customers come in to JB and like they're so skeptical. It's like skeptical about all this stuff because like how scared like people like trying to avoid to buy like Apple and stuff like that because like they just believe like like doing Touch ID, like
Bro,
it collects data.
Connor, do you
and
remember
stuff.
this? Also, this will be the last thing we talk about. A little conspiracy theory, little ending here. But we've been going for like almost 2 hours, I think. So, it'll be the last thing we talk about. But bro, do you remember this one time at work? I think you were there, and we looked at each other and were like, what is going on? This guy came in, and he looked like he had like one of those like metal detector
You have to get real specific because there's so many times where that's happened for us. So.
Bro, this one guy, he came in with like a metal detector, like, you know those ones that they use on the beach?
Yeah.
He came with something
He
that
came
looked
into
like
the store with it?
with something that looked like it, like a shorter version.
Like, was he using it or he's just holding it?
And he was like scanning the computers like this. And we're all like looking at them like, and he was just going about his business like scanning the computers like that.
Was Jack there?
And Jack was just like,
fucking,
it was like
whatever.
Another day in the office, bro.
Yeah. Jack.
And just like, bro, this guy is like, yeah, I'm just testing the gamma radiation to see if it's safe to have in my house. I was like, I'm sure that there's something else that here that I'm not getting.
Was it like the Apple stuff or like everything?
Everything.
Just everything. Yeah.
Oh.
But I was like, I'm sure there's something else here, but I was like, this sounds like some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, right, fair enough, sir. Leave your life to it. But listen, team, we've been going for a while. This is a great way to get the podcast back up and running.
Is this season 2, episode 1?
Technically, it's like episode 2, I think. But I've had like 4 episodes like recorded on my thing, but they were so trash.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm going to re-record them with those people. And I was trashing them. I'll take full responsibility for that. And yeah, man, like I said at the very beginning, if you haven't liked, if you haven't subscribed,
make sure you get on that.
Make sure you get on it.
Get on that. Turn that bell on.
Sidscussions is a different beast now. I'm a different person. We're here. We're in it to win it. We're going to see you at the top of the mountain. Simple as that. Thank you, boys. Out of team. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.